Hi everybody, it's me, Grandma Jenny. Just had a visit with my daughter and her family, and that's what my grandkids, her children call me. My other ones call me Gigi Mom. I don't really care what they call me as long as they do. I wanted to talk today about Eugenia Cooney. I think that's it. Cooney or Clooney. Anyway, you know who I'm talking about if you know who I'm talking about. And the reason why I want to talk about her is because I keep seeing people who want to get her banned from YouTube and some other places. And I have mixed feelings about this because I don't follow her. I don't follow her mostly because, just generally speaking, her content is not really something that I'm interested in. She's like almost 30 if she's not 30 already. So she's a grown woman. And I think she's had her channel for a long, long time. And the vibe that I'm getting off of it is kind of like teen tween. Sorry about all this glare. So she's probably doing what has worked for her, and I think that's more than likely, the age she was when she started, or right around there. She does haul videos, and her makeup is very, very heavy if she wears makeup. She's actually a pretty girl. So here's the problem with her. People want to get her banned because she obviously has an eating disorder. A very severe eating disorder. She is the thinnest person I have ever seen in my entire life. And I worked for a mental health facility where they treated people who had eating disorders. Okay? And a lot of people are afraid that she's going to be setting an example for other young girls, or I don't know, other people, I guess, because the world is changing very rapidly, but and cause them to have eating disorders. And so here you get my thoughts. Now keep in mind, I just said that I worked for a psychiatric practice. I'm not a clinician though, okay, but I did work for a psychiatric practice and saw a lot of different things. And I did see a woman who, until I saw Eugenia, she was the thinnest person I've ever seen in my life, okay? And so the most recent videos that I've seen, one was Eugenia and her mother, and they were making brownies and they kept calling it cake. And her mom was very uncomfortable in front of the camera. Eugenia was a little bit more comfortable, but the whole thing was just very awkward. They didn't know what they were doing, or so they said, seemed in the video. I'll just put it that way, because I don't know if it was an act or not. Nobody ate anything though. They didn't bake them and then do the taste test and say, oh, and they were just box brownies anyway, but nobody said, oh, they're delicious. And her mom is not thin. Her mom is kind of like me. She's got a little meat on her, right? Okay, so, but her mom is not comfortable in front of the camera. And Eugenia's comfortable in front of the camera, but they were both kind of doing this, I don't want to call them dumb because that's not nice, okay? And I don't know if they're really dumb or not, or they just don't know how to cook. And they're just doing something to do something, like as just something to do. But they acted like they've never baked anything in their life. And well, maybe Eugenia never has, okay? I don't know, because it's the internet, right? It's a show, could be an act. Though I don't want to say that they're dumb. It just might have been what they were doing. So I saw that one. And then the second one that I saw most recently was Eugenia. Oh my Lord, she was wearing a bodysuit and kind of a blondish wig, and something to do with Beyonce. Okay, so she was dancing around, kind of doing her Beyonce cosplay, I think maybe was what it was. I don't know. Something along those lines. And it was well, okay. It's what would be considered sexy, because Beyonce dresses sexy, right? Okay, she does. She exudes sex appeal. And so that is the type of outfit that Eugenia was wearing. But because it was so minimal, you could see so much of her structure. Okay, so it was shocking. And yes, very, very, very obvious that she has a eating disorder. But the quality of the video itself, if you could look past that, it wasn't that great. It was still had that tween vibe. Like, she wasn't really doing a good impression of Beyonce at all. She was just kind of wiggling around wearing an outfit that may, and a wig that may have resembled Beyonce. Okay, that's it. That's really all it is. It looked kind of like a kid doing it. So I also checked to see how much money this lady is making. And she's making pretty good money. She's definitely making more than I am with these videos. Okay, so now we're going to get to my thoughts. Okay, she's making money because when you go and you look through her comments, you constantly, people, some of them are being mean, saying things like give that girl a hamburger, or, you know, most of them are either please get help, or we need to get her off of this platform because of her influence on children. So she's getting a lot of engagement and she's getting a lot of views, okay? And my thought is that she's getting views more out of curiosity than any kind of subscribership, although I know she has followers, because there are people who care about her and probably have been following her for years. So I'm not saying that nobody loves her. I'm not saying anything at all like that, but I'm thinking that a lot of people are getting views just to see what all the, you know, talk is about, right? So she is getting views, and she's making pretty good money, and for all I know, she's supporting her mom. I have no idea, but anyway, there's a reason why I'm saying that. First of all, if you're worried that your daughter is going to be influenced to be anorexic because of Eugenia, that's not going to happen, okay? Any more than any other thing. You know, if they watched somebody on TV or on a movie or whatever, like W.C. Fields, that's not going to make them go out and get drunk, okay? It's not going to happen. They're not going to develop an alcohol problem from that. They're not going to get a drug problem from watching some other kind of movies, okay? They're not going to get depressed because they watched a movie. What happens is, when somebody gets an eating disorder, there are other issues underlying that causes this, okay? And it's not just watching one person on the internet. Okay. There's something else going on. And if you feel like your child has an eating disorder, you need to do what you can to help them, get them into therapy. She might be a trigger. I'm not going to say she's not going to be a trigger, but she's not going to be a cause. She's not going to be the cause of it. Okay, so there's that. That's the first thing. So, you know, if that's your concern, take the responsible moves to do what you can do, intervene or whatever for your child or your loved ones if you feel like they have an eating disorder. But Eugenia, in and of herself, is not causing that any more than anything else, you know. Okay. Should she be canceled? Not because of her weight. I don't think she should be canceled because of her weight. I don't think she should be canceled or banned from these platforms at all, any more than I should, because I'm heavy. You know what I'm saying? Just because she's not getting on there. Now, I haven't seen anything She's made allusions to having some hard times, and people are suspecting that she might have been in rehab, and it's obviously not working, at least not lately. Not that is obvious, but she doesn't get on there and talk about not eating. She doesn't do that. That's not what her channel's about. Her channel is about her lifestyle and clothes and stuff like that. That's what her channel's about. She doesn't talk about not eating. She doesn't talk about food. She doesn't talk about it at all. And so I don't feel like she's promoting her illness and making it glorified, okay? I don't feel like that. So she is extremely thin. She really, really is. And she does need help. She definitely needs help. But if you don't want her to succeed and get her videos shown, because I found her the last time like just going through shorts, and there she was, that's how I saw the Beyonce thing. Don't watch her videos, don't make comments, all of that just boosts her up in the algorithm, okay? And I'm not telling you to, this is going to be very controversial, and I know it is, because I'm not trying to hurt her in any way. I kind of feel sorry for her. Like I said, her stuff it's not my thing, okay? That's all. My channel's probably not a lot of people's thing, and that's cool, I don't have an issue with that. We all have different tastes. If she was my granddaughter, that would be different. Actually, if she was my granddaughter and almost 30 or 30 years old, I might be wanting to talk to her about that, But it's not hurting anybody. That part of it's not hurting anybody. Really, the only person that's being truly, truly hurt here is her. She's the person that's being hurt, not your children. If your children have an eating disorder, there's more to it than just Eugenia, and you need to figure that out. But to cancel her because she's extraordinarily thin, no more than you should cancel somebody because they're extraordinarily heavy. That's just not right, okay? I personally do not believe that's right. Because you could also say that for somebody who's extremely muscular. Some of those people they look very, very strong, and they might be very, very strong, but they're not necessarily healthy. So we just need to stop as far as the body image thing goes, okay? Which is where her issues, that's only part of her issue. Honestly, anorexia is about feeling like you have no control. That's where it's from, and that's why I brought her mother up, okay? I don't know the dynamics between these two. I told you she looked very awkward and uncomfortable, and there is some connection with mothers and eating disorders. Why, I don't know exactly, if it's a Freudian thing, and that's all, I'm just saying, I don't know exactly what it is. I just know what I learned when I was in college and working in the practice, okay, that there's some link between mothers and anorexia. And she, like I said, she could be a trigger, but she's not going to be the cause of somebody's eating disorder. It's just not going to happen. And she isn't even promoting it. That's not what she's doing. She's promoting her lifestyle and her clothes and, her trip to Disney World, that kind of stuff. Just her channel. Her channel is kind of general, really a lifestyle vlog kind of thing. It's not about eating disorders. So, I don't know. It's just like I was saying. If you don't want somebody to get the attention, then don't give it to them. That's what I'm saying, okay? But she's got enough people following her and making comments. She's making money right now the way it is, and everybody's talking about her being thin and getting help, and some people are making not nice comments, but right now it seems to me, from what I could see, that's what's actually paying her, and it might even be profitable for her to stay that way. It's an awful thing to say, but because this is just my opinion, okay? Her channel's not that great. The substance of it is not that great. So, yes, all these comments about her weight and her eating disorder, that's what's financing her channel. I'm sorry. I know you guys don't like it, or some people may not like it, and that what I'm saying. That's okay. You don't have to agree with me, but I definitely shouldn't be bashing her. I feel sorry for her. She's got a problem, and she's really, like I said, I don't know if the dumb thing is an act, but she's definitely got some consistency there. So she's doing something to keep people coming. I don't know. Anyway, I said some things that may sound like I'm being negative towards her. I really don't mean it that way. I really don't. She needs help. She could be, one of my kids or grandchildren. So I'm very sympathetic towards her, but there's very little I can do to help her. Because I don't know her. She doesn't know me. But I don't think that making comments and staring at her just out of curiosity, that's not helping her. You want to get her off, stop watching. You don't want her videos to come up in the algorithm, stop watching, stop making comments. That's what I'm saying. That's how it works. Okay? Oh gosh, you guys, that was kind of deep. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I'm almost at this job that I have today, so I'm gonna get off. Thanks for riding with me. I'm so sorry about all the glare and everything. It's sunny, but it's cold, and I'll talk to you later.